All right, welcome back to Computer Vision. Today what we're going to do is, having just started talking about video, we're going to start talking about action recognition or activity recognition in video. That is the processing of video for generating some sort of label or descriptor that tells you what's going on. So there's a bit of a challenge in activity recognition in terms of terminology, and there's no sort of universally accepted terminology, and I'll say some of this goes back to the 70s. Hans-Helmut Nagel first started talking about events and actions in history and things like that. So loosely, we're going to use the definitions that I have here. So we talk about events, and the one thing about an event is it's a single moment in time, right? So the moment a door closes or something changes right in the imagery, typically we refer to that as an event. A little bit higher up, perhaps thinking, is this basic idea of movements, or sometimes referred to as actions. And these are, I'm going to describe as sort of atomic movement patterns. So, sitting down or, waving or something like that could be thought of gesture-like. It's you could describe it as a trajectory in some feature space, whether it's the feature space of the joints of the body or some appearance. The idea is that it's a single thing. And then at the higher level, there's this notion called activity. By the way, one of the reasons it's adopted from Vanu and myself, not together. I did the original paper on movement, activity, and action, and it was wrong. I mean, wrong in the sense of, in hindsight, I had activity followed by actions because I was thinking of actions being a big scale thing. And the field, which liked the paper for a little while, has sort of moved on, and we have this notion of movements and then actions and then really activity. And activity is being sort of composed of a series of actions or a bunch of actions happening at the same time. Typically, if you're looking at some interactions amongst a group of people, that would be thought of as an activity. So in one example, here's a thing taken from some surveillance work. Some of this was shown at the PETS conference. Let's see. Performance Evaluation of Tracking and Surveillance, I think is what PET stands for. There's been a lot of work lately on just, finding the person in the image here and have extracted them there, and maybe looking at some interactions between people in a train station. The idea of basically being able to watch an environment, sometimes to be able to inform authorities if there's a possible problem going on, sometimes to do things forensically, right? So something happened, and I'd like to look back over the last 8 hours of video and find different kinds of things.